ETV Sports presents Eagan High School Wildcat Basketball. Tonight, the Wildcats take on the Rosemount Irish.
All right, here we are, February 5th, Monday night. Eagan High School is taking on Rosemount High School girls varsity basketball, and we're getting going with the starting lineups. It looks like we got Lauren Sloyan coming out for Eagan and Helen Staley for Rosemount. Number 42 for Rosemount, Taylor Dietzen. She's one of their taller girls on the squad.
All the way up.
We got Lauren Boyd coming out, number 4, co-captain for Eagan. We got a 8th grader for Rosemount, number 43, Alexa Ratzloff.
She's pretty solid too.
Yep. And then we have McKenna Miller coming out, another co-captain senior for Eagan. 5'9" sophomore for Rosemount, Gianna Freaking. We got Taylor Grebman coming out, 5'3" sophomore for Eagan. And we got Reese O'Neill came out for Rosemount. We've seen her play a lot. She nailed about 6 3-pointers against us last time we were over there. And then we have Hannah Lamkin coming in for Eagan as the athletic woman on the team.
That is for sure. She can run and jump all day.
So here we go. My name's Steve Grebben.
And I'm Brian Polonsky, bringing you guys live basketball action here from Eagan High School.
And I'm not sure what the Rosemount record is, but Eagan played them pretty tough last game. We were in their place. We were ahead pretty much whole game and lost by, I can't remember, it was 1 or 2 points.
So, yeah, it was
a
3-point game last time.
Yeah, good game. So we're expecting good things tonight. And here we go. We got 18 minutes in the first half, and we're close to the tip-off.
Early on, I think some things to watch, Steve, are going to be, can Eagan get into transition and limit the turnovers for Rosemount? As you mentioned, the 3-point shooting of O'Neill. And also keep an eye on this 8th grader, Taylor Jansen. She is something special.
Yep, nice player. They're nice players. So, young team for Rosemount. I think they have only one senior on the, or I guess they do have a couple seniors on the team, but overall they're a pretty young squad.
Getting their teeth bloodied a little bit. That's how you build a good program later, right?
That's right. That's right. So Eagan did have a little of a tweak this week. Delaney Clayton had sprained her ankle, so she is in a boot at the end of the bench right now. So Lauren Slalen got the start for her.
That'll be something to keep an eye on. Will the depth of Eagan's squad be tested here tonight?
That's right.
Slawin and Jansen look to jump it up. Tap controlled by Rosemount. Over to Freaking. Freaking working against Lampkin on the opening possession.
Looks like we're playing pretty hard man-to-man right away. That's got to be close to a 5 there. All right, here we go.
Ball's kicked back out to Jansen. Good defense by Hannah Lampkin to knock Rosemount off their set. Ball goes back out to Freaking. Freaking working with the left hand against Lampkin. Gets to the baseline, pulls it back out. Again, defense extended.
Hannah with a steal,
Ball
very
gets
nice.
dropped to Staley, poked away. Steel's going to go to Boyk. And
there's the quickness of Lampkin right there. That's what we're going to look for all night.
quick hands, quick feet.
And a jumper.
And a willingness to stick her nose in.
I love
Taylor Grebben looks to set the offense, goes over to Lampkin, looping over to McKenna Miller. Miller drops into Slawin, back out to Boyk, over to McKenna Miller. Rosemount working in a 2-3 zone. Eagan working the ball well thus far, back out to Grebben to reset. Over to Miller in the corner. Miller working with the left hand, back to Lampkin, top of the 3-point arc, down to Slawin, back out to Boyk. Boyk passes on the 3, resets over to Miller. Miller drives, kicks, Grebben, baseline no. Back out to Miller. Good patience by Eagan on the first possession.
Yeah, they're showing some great patience out here.
Slawin goes hard to the rim, shot won't go. Rebound corralled by Jansen. Jansen gets it over to Freaking. It was a good look there.
Yeah, that was a real patient time there. I was very impressed. No turnovers, and you know, if we can just get those shots without turning the ball over, I think we'll be okay tonight.
Turnover's the key as the ball gets kicked out to the 8th grader Ratcliffe. Ratzlaff drops a pass down. Going to get a kick by Slaywin. Probably saved a basket. Good smart play.
Yep.
Rosemount Frecking will inbound. Drops it in low. Ball volleyballed around. Back out to Frecking. Frecking kicks to Staley. Staley drives to the baseline. Picks up the dribble. Back to Frecking. Rosemount resets with Jansen.
Yeah, good looking defense here by Eagan right now. Just they see they got Taylor pretty much guarding. Came in on tall Taylor. Little called a travel. Called a travel.
Name.
Called a travel. They pretty much got a little press coming on here by Rosemount. The press hasn't really been too much of an issue here for Eagan much this year, but you know we got to get through every night.
Ball worked into Miller, back to Grebin. Grebin working over half court, long pass to Lampkin. Lampkin pumps, fakes, drives. Shot won't go.
Yep, good shot though, good shot. Tall.
Rebound Staley. Staley looks to press the action, gets it over to Frecking. Frecking working with the left hand. Over to O'Neal. O'Neal with the three-point range, as my partner mentioned.
Yep.
Back up top to Jansen. Jansen pass picked off by Lampkin. Lampkin working the left side. Now over to the right with the right hand. Hard to the dish. Won't go. Shot is rejected.
Yeah, that's
blocked out of bounds by Jansen.
And you know that 6-footer is tough. I mean, long arms on that 6-footer.
All 6 foot plus another 2.5 with the reach there.
And she just sat down. She sat down for I'm not sure what number came in there. Number 22 came in for Rosemount. Ivory Finley just walked in.
Corner 3 for Boyk won't go. McKenna Miller battles for the loose ball on the ground. Going to save a possession there. Good hustle by McKenna Miller.
Good shot by Boyk there. If we can get Boyk on a little roll here, that'd be awesome. She is a very nice shooter. Looks like Egan's going to put a little pressure on themselves this time, which should be okay. I think, you know, I think with the speed, just the eye test says we're a little bit quicker than them. Not as tall, but a little bit quicker.
Got to use that quickness against the tall ones. Right about that, partner. Staley gets it down to Ratzlaff. Ratzlaff kicks it back out. Rosemount resets. Over to Frecking. Into Finley. Finley drops back to Frecking.
Great block by Taylor Grebin there. Got her hand in just in time, right on the ball. It was a good block. The ref called it and seen it, and it was good.
All 6'7" over Taylor Grebin.
Exactly right.
Rosemount looks to inbound. Gets it back up top to O'Neal. O'Neal passes on the 3. Drops it into Staley. Staley working in the paint.
That's a nice shot right there.
Good spin move for the first 2 points of the game. Grebin working against pressure. Foul bounces off Miller. Miller retains. Working against 2 Rosemount Irish. Over to Boyk. Boyk dribbles with the left hand. Resets to Miller. Miller puts it on the 4.
Nice.
To the line, to the lane. Shot won't go.
I get surprised her the lane was that open.
I think that's exactly right, partner. The seas parted. No one was more surprised than her.
No.
Staley working in transition. Over to Ratzlaff. Ratzlaff back to Frecking. Frecking working with the right hand against Lampkin.
Yep, and Hannah's going to be working hard on that. And you got Reese sitting over there waiting. It looks like Coach must have told Taylor Grebin to stay with her because she's not helping a bunch.
20-footer by Alexa Ratzlaff puts Rosemount ahead 4-0 early here. Grebin getting pressure over to Lampkin. Lampkin works right then left. Kicks it back to Grebin. Pass knocked away, stolen by O'Neal. O'Neal gets it over to Staley, back to Frecking, and Rosemount resets their offense. Just under 14 minutes to play here in the first half. Frecking picks up the dribble, out to Ratzlaff. Ratzlaff over to Staley. Staley patient.
Yeah.
Works off of a Finley pick.
Looked like a travel
and
there.
Could be a travel. Good defense by the whole Eagan squad there.
Yeah, she took a step and a jump. One or the other is kind of recommended. Looks like Jess Van Wyck just checked in for Lauren Slaywin, number 32. She had the JV had a tight game. They were lost in overtime. It was a good game, but just kind of lost in overtime.
Pass over to Jess Van Wyck. Ball deflected, back to McKenna Miller. Dribbles with the left hand, now spins into the right. Down low to Lampkin. Lampkin turn around, rolls around and in. Anna Lampkin, first 2 points of the game for Eagan.
So it looks like Coach is going to have her put a little press on here.
Frecking working against Lampkin. Gets all the way down to the Eagan baseline. Goes cross-court pass over to Staley. Staley fakes. Now dishes back out to Finley. Shot won't go.
Great
Rebound pulled down by Boyk, looking the other way in transition.
Yep.
Boyk to the three-point line, free throw line.
That away. Lauren take it hard to the hole like that. Got a foul. I don't know if they're never shooting or not. Did they give her a shoot? Looks like they called it on the floor.
Yeah, going to stay on the floor. Rosemount foul's going to go against Gianna Frecking.
All right, we got a few subs here. We got Chloe Miller in for Taylor Gribben. We got Lauren Slaywin back in for Hannah Lemkin. It looks like Taylor Jansen rolled back in, and number 13, Rose Bauernfein. Bauernfein.
So I'm told.
That was a good pass.
Nice drop into Slaywin by McKenna Miller. Lauren Slaywin with her first 2 points of the game.
All right, so
good to see Slaywin making an immediate impact in place of the injured Delaney Clayton.
yes, absolutely. And I'm not sure if they're a nice rebound by Jess.
Original 3-point effort by Jansen was no go. Ball was batted around, last touch by Eagan. Rosemount retains possession. Looks like it's going to be Bauernfein to trigger. Out to Jansen for another 3. That one off the back of the rim. No, another rebound by Boyk. Eagan coming the other way.
Feel pretty comfortable with Boyk taking the ball up. She can rebound and handle the ball very well. So if she gets it and goes, it's going to do nothing but help Eagan.
Especially against a 2-3 zone like this. Looks like Eagan's trying to get into transition. Rosemount is doing a good job of slowing that down.
Yeah.
Chloe Miller checked into the game. Over to Boyk. Now to McKenna Miller. Parking out the play she wants. Over to Chloe Miller. Chloe Miller looks to Slaywin on the block. Takes a dribble. Tries to go out to McKenna Miller. Pass is intercepted by Ratzloff. And Rosemount comes the other way with Jansen.
So we're sitting here in a 4-4 game. The shooting percentage isn't great, but there hasn't been many turnovers either. So we're just not getting it together quite yet.
Second game of the season in a conference battle against a team you know pretty well. Throw all the percentages out the window, right, partner?
That is exactly right. Looks like number 4, Helen Staley's rolling back in for number 43, Alexa Retzloff.
Looks like they're going to get Warren Slaywin with the reach. That'll be her first, team second. Check that team first. There's some serious picks being set down there. Usually when you see a serious pick, you can usually find Lauren Slaywin somewhere in the screen.
Exactly, and it looks like Chloe actually got a little shot on that one too. There's a turnover for us.
Steal by McKenna Miller, looking in transition, gets to the 3-point line, resets over to Boyk. Looks like Rosemount moves back to a man defense. Coach Fraley calls out the play he wants. Gets it over to Chloe Miller to start the offense. McKenna Miller on the left wing to Boyk. Van Wyck.
Yeah, it's kind of a matchup zone here. It seems like what Rosemount's playing.
Yeah,
which is
really
tough.
in and out.
Oh, good hands there.
Bodies on the floor. Slaywin comes away with the ball, dribbles hard to the block with the right hand, back out to Chloe Miller.
There's a lot of action went on there.
A lot of action with not a lot of shots. Down low to Slaywin, back to McKenna Miller. Looks for Slaywin again. Now spins out. Slaywin on the edge. Puts up the 3 in the air, won't go, misses everything. Ball's going to go off of Taylor Jansen and stay with Eagan.
All right, Grace Wilmot, number 11, 5'4", 10th grader is checking in for O'Neill. Hannah Lampkin for Eagan is coming back in for Jess Van Wyk.
Inbound play over to Boyk. Far corner 3 won't go. Rebound cleared by Staley. Staley's keeping it, pushing it all the way down to Finley. Finley back to Staley. Back to Finley. Looking inside for Jansen. Finley goes hard to the lane. Shot won't go. Rebound Chloe Miller, and now she's off and running in transition the other way. Good rebound by Chloe Miller, pulling that ball out of the air as Lampkin skies to the lane.
Impressive, very impressive by Hannah Lampkin. Yeah.
Bounces off of 2 Rosemount players, no call, but the basket will go. Yeah. Eagan with its first lead of the game, 6-4 here. Just under 10 minutes left to play in the first half.
Hannah definitely has a quick first step. I'm not sure they knew what actually happened. Either one of them that bounced off. So it's got to be close to a 5-second call there. It seems like
3 ball in the air by Wilmot. Won't go. McKenna Miller wrestles the rebound away. Over to Warren Boyk. Chloe Miller looks to reset the offense as Coach Matt Fraley barks out the play he wants.
Yeah, they're kind of slowing back into that man-to-man again, which I think almost benefits Eagan a little bit versus them sitting in that zone.
Ball in low to Slaywin, picks up the dribble, back to McKenna Miller. Lane gets clogged. McKenna Miller to the elbow, to the line, to the lane. Wow. She lays it up and in off the glass.
Wonderful shot, wonderful shot. They went through a lot of traffic for that one.
She blew by each member of the Rosemount staff on that one. Some fancy ball handling there by Rose Bauernfeind in the open court. Gets it over to Jansen as they move the ball out into Staley. Back out to Wilmot. Jansen 3, that one will rattle in the rim and in.
All right, now it looks like Rosemount called timeout, and there's going to be a line shift here. I'll have to get that when they get back out there. I'm not sure all came in, but sitting at 8-7, Eagan's leading, 8:48 left in the first half. Not a very high-scoring game, but it's been pretty under control. I think it's more patient offense than anything. We're not taking a quick shot by any means.
Certainly agree there. Rosemount coach Chris Orr saw something he did not like. On the Eagan side of the ball, one thing Coach Fraley's got to be happy about, turnover's been very limited.
Right.
Eagan might not have taken a lot of shots, but they've been patient and they've been taking care of the ball. It's part of the low scoring that you mentioned. Neither team's really been able to get out in transition. Haven't been many turnovers and have not been many fouls.
Exactly. And looks like we got number 33 on the floor, Becca Francis. Number 4, Haley Staley. Helen Staley. Number 42, Taylor Jansen. And number 31, Alyssa O'Neill is back in. And
Taylor Greben checks back in for Eagan. I think you're familiar with it.
I've heard about her.
Ball out to Greben. Greben resets as Rosemount falls back into that 2-3 hybrid defense we were mentioning earlier.
Yeah, it's kind of almost a matchup zone almost. I mean, they kind of go up and they come out hard.
Chloe Miller out to McKenna Miller. She gets to the block.
All right.
Runs into some bodies. No call.
Yep, stays blue ball.
Possession will stay with Eagan as McKenna Miller looks to trigger.
All right, they're kind of set up in a 2-3 zone now, trying to get it all out.
Greben, corner 3, passes on it. Resets the offense. Over to Chloe Miller. To McKenna. Down low to Lampkin. Lampkin works with the left hand, dishes back out. Good ball movement by Eagan. McKenna Miller goes baseline, spins out.
Wow, very impressed with the patience on the Eagan side right now. They're not rushing a shot. They're making sure everything goes the right way.
Over to Slaywin. Slaywin to McKenna Miller. 3 ball in the air. It's good.
Great shot from McKenna Miller there. She doesn't shoot a lot of them, but when she does, they're usually pretty well-timed shots. She doesn't force the 3 ball.
McKenna Miller extending the Eagan lead to 4, 11-7 here at just under 8 minutes to play in the first half. Eagan defense really extending.
Yeah, and looks like Eagan kind of figured out how to play Larissa. Last time, I think she had 3 threes against us, and she hasn't even had a chance to get one off yet. So
Jansen will take another 3. Shot won't go. A rebound by O'Neill. She puts it back up and in.
Yeah, a good shot. That was a good shot by
long rebound off the long 3-pointer. Sometimes those will happen, although they will drive the coaches crazy. Full court pressure applied by Rosemount. So far, Eagan handles over to Miller. And kiss of death right there, partner.
Yep.
Eagan's going to get hit with a 10-second penalty.
Yep, and I don't think Chloe knew how much time was left. She only had about a 1.5 feet to go.
Rosemount inbounds to Frecking. Frecking working against Lampkin. Gets to the right baseline. Going to get Lampkin with a push.
Which is okay. That's okay. That's our oh, it is her second one already. Okay.
No, that'll be her first team. Her first team.
Perfect. That's
team
always helpful.
And it will be important, as we mentioned earlier, with the Eagan bench situation, down a starter and a couple of reserves. Nice drop-off pass over to Francis. Francis couldn't quite handle. Last touched by Rosemount.
Right. And looks they're going to get that press going again. And this press, they let it get in, and then they try to slow it down after that.
Little 2-2-1 press to really try and lock things up just before you get across half court. Long pass over to Slaywin.
And that's how you break that 2-1-2. Usually the opposite corner is open if you can get it there.
If you can get it there. Sometimes the Eagan height can be a factor on that. Greben 3 won't go.
Good shot. Good job. We got to take those shots when we get them.
Rebound taken by Staley, dribbling up the court with the left hand, now over to the right. Gives to Frecking. Frecking against Lampkin. Picks up the dribble. Off to the elbow to Jansen. Jansen back to Staley, thinks about the three, reconsiders. Over to Frecking. Eagan extending the defense.
Yep, doing a nice job on the defense there. They're, Rosemount's being pretty patient as well, but, it is what it is.
The state scoring record is safe tonight. Ball's dropped into Staley. Staley spins. Going to get a nice power move.
Yep.
Basket will count. Foul's going to go against McKenna Miller.
And that was a very nice, strong move, too. She nice little drop step, and she put it up hard. And a good defense by McKenna.
And it all started with the entry position. She just had her pinned low. With that size differential, there wasn't a whole lot McKenna could do in that spot.
Right. And we got Lauren Boyk, number 4, checking in for McKenna Miller. And I believe number 43 came in for Alexa Retzloff. Is given number 33, Becca Francis, a blow.
Staley converts the traditional three-point opportunity. Rosemount back on top, 12-11, just under 6 minutes to play here in the first half in Eagan.
See, there's that strong throw.
Long pass by Miller, over to Lampkin. Lampkin pull-up jumper, back of the rim, no. Rebound Staley, got to be her 4th or 5th early in this first half.
Yeah. And Rosemount does have a 1-point lead right now with about 5 minutes to go. Looks like Jess Van Wyk is looking to come back in. They got Boyk's had a tough, giving up quite a few inches here.
Yeah, that's a tall order right there, literally, as the ball gets out to Staley, over to a cutting Jansen. Gets it down on the block and lays it up and in.
All right, that puts Rosemount up 14-11.
It's Jansen's 5th point of the night.
Yeah.
Gets it over to Chloe Miller, working against the press. Crosses half court.
Yeah, one too many steps. One too many steps. So she kind of shuffled her feet there at the end. So, and Jess is jumping in for Chloe Miller. It's 5 minutes left, or 5:03 left in the first half here. It's Wildcats 11, Rosemount Irish 14.
Jansen inbounds to Frecking. Frecking working with the left hand. Gets it out to O'Neal. O'Neal looks to Alexa Rotzloff.
Yeah,
good move. Got a little carried away, 1 foot in front of the other. Still a good, solid move by the 8th grader.
Yeah, I agree.
Eagan inbounds to Grebin. Grebin goes long pass ahead to Slaywin. Slaywin goes left hand, pushes off, nothing called. Back down into Slaywin. Slaywin strong with the left hand, misses everything.
Yep.
Another rebound for Staley, and Staley's looking to pace.
Yeah, that 6-footer is hard to get around. It just is more of a mental thing than anything. Oh, nice coast to
Helen
coast.
Staley coast to coast like butter on toast.
Yep, that was.
Taylor Grebin splitting defenders, gets to the elbow, over to Slaywin on the baseline. Jess Van Wyk resets to Grebin. Grebin over to Boyk. Boyk to Lampkin. Lampkin works baseline. Hangs in the air. Jumper won't go. Rebound ripped away by Slaywin.
Boy, that was a quick call on the jump. Didn't get a chance to even get her hands on it.
Yeah, jump ball in a blink.
Looks like McKenna Miller, number 5, is coming back in for Hannah Lampkin right now. 4:10 left in the first. And Eagan's down 5 points, which not a big deal. Looks like number 22 for the Irish is rolling in. Ivory Finley is coming in for Helen Staley.
See, the hand of McKenna Miller is still wrapped. What's the latest you hear on that,
partner? You know
partner?
what? It's kind of been nagging her. She wears a cast during the week. So that's kind of a grind.
And switches over to just the cloth during the game.
Yep.
That's a player for you, as the Boyk corner 3 won't go. Rebound brought down by Frecking. Frecking over to Jansen. Jansen hard to the lane with the left hand through 3 Eagan defenders. Shot won't go. Gets her own rebound. Second time won't go.
Great rebound by Jess.
Good strong board by JVW. Over to Grebin. Waits for help. Slaywin working hard. Over with the left. Corner 3. Jess Van Wyk.
Great job.
Big rebound on one side, converts into a 3-pointer on the other. Good ball movement by Eagan. Lauren Slaywin spins in the lane, finds the open shooter.
Yeah, if Lauren can get him to suck in, we got with Boyk and Grebin, and well, all the girls are pretty good threes anymore, but just need somebody to get them to suck in.
Inside out action just a little bit does tend to open up those lanes for some open 3-point shots.
Yeah.
And in today's high school and college basketball and NBA for that matter, if you're not hitting threes, it's really hard to win.
Yeah, you're exactly right. These kids are shooting them at a younger age, and as old as I am, Brian, I'm older than you are, but I tell you what, there wasn't a 3-point line you know, so I got that going for me.
Take me back to those days, partner. Seeing the 30-foot jumpers considered a good shot, I still oftentimes get confused. Take me back with you.
Yeah, my coach, I'd be sitting right next to him talking about that 30-footer.
I was open, Coach. There is a reason you're open, son.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So, all right, Eagan's down 2 points, 3:38 left in the first half. And it's Rosemount ball bringing it up.
Jansen will inbound to Frecking. Frecking surveys, working against Miller.
And they're working pretty hard to.
Ratzloff goes hard, first step, blew by the Eagan defense.
Yeah.
It'll be Ratzloff's 4th point here in the opening half. Eagan gets ball over to Grebin, long pass to JVW, pulls up, back to Grebin, over to Boyk. Boyk looks in, can't find Slaywin, has to reset. McKenna Miller working against O'Neill. Over to Grebin, ball gets poked away. O'Neill works the other way with numbers.
And she threw it away.
Looking for Ratzloff, threw it out of bounds, Eagan ball.
You know, kind of returned the favor there. It's kind of deal. Looks like Staley's coming back in for O'Neill for the last probably 2:56 of the game.
Wildcats have done a good job on O'Neill. You'd mentioned her 3-point shooting prowess. She's yet to attempt one.
Yep, she did get that one long rebound, put it back up. It was a nice shot.
Kenna Miller working, goes to Boyk in the corner. Boyk surveys, dribbles with the left, now the right. McKenna Miller, corner 3 in the air, won't go. Rebound batted around. Staley comes away with another one, her 7th.
Jess did a nice job. I think she's seen Haley go coast to coast last time. Wasn't going to have that happen again.
Grebin pokes away from Frecking. Frecking now spinning, giving back to Staley. Staley working against Jess Van Wyk.
Which Jess is a great defender. She's fun to watch. Works hard.
Frecking over to Finley in the corner. Finley measuring. Down low to Staley.
Got Jess on a poke there. I don't know if she actually touched her, but it looked like she did.
Just enough, apparently.
Yeah.
That'll be her first, team 4th.
Which is quite all right. We probably didn't want Haley to get the ball in that spot anyway.
And only 5 combined fouls with 2 minutes left here in the first half. The referees appear to be letting them play.
Yeah, wow, that was fortunate that one fell down.
Low for the Irish. That's her 9th point of the first half. She leads all scorers. Taylor Grebin working. Back to McKenna Miller. In low to Slaywin. Slaywin strong with the left hand. Shot is rejected. Gets her own rebound.
And
second one
nice.
is up and in with the harm. Lauren Slaywin working hard. She is undersized.
Yes.
Does not seem to matter. Foul's going to go against Taylor Jansen, who's 6 foot.
Yeah, I think it's Taylor Jansen's. I think it's only her first foul, so that's not great news, but it is what it is. It looks like Lampkin came in for Van Wyk, and Chloe Miller came in for Taylor Grebin. This might be the first time at the line. Is that possible?
It's not. It's pretty close. Slaywin free throw bounces off the back of the rim. Yet another rebound, Helen Staley.
Staley's kind of a jack of all trades there. She has the ball, she brings it up. And she goes to the middle.
Eagan defense collapses. She dishes out to Alexa Ratzloff. Ratzloff takes a couple steps and lays it up and in. Extends the Irish lead 22-16, just over a minute left to play. Ratzloff gets her hand on an Aaron Eagan pass, goes to the lane.
Oh, great defense.
Ripped away by McKenna Miller as Eagan goes the other way.
Nice, nice. Good job, McKenna. That was a wonderful defensive play. All right. I've watched a lot of basketball, and I've seen that last pass from Staley to Ratzloff. That sure looked like an extra step to me.
Maybe a step and a half, but as I learned in the JV game today, some angles are a little bit different than others.
Understood, understood.
McKenna Miller drives, finds Lampkin down low. Shot won't go. Excellent pass by McKenna Miller, just off the mark for Lampkin.
Yeah.
And Frecking resets the offense. Looked like they're going with a double high on the elbow. Staley drops it into Jansen on a very nice pass. It's a nice play Rosemount had. Shot just unable to go. Boyk ahead to Chloe Miller. Back to Boyk. Boyk goes hard with the right hand. swallowed up by the Irish, and Boyk will head to the line for her efforts.
Good to see Boyd take it to the line versus settling for a 3 there. She knew she was a little faster than Staley on that one. She went right to the hole. That was very good offense.
That foul is going to go against Taylor Jansen. That'll be her second, team fourth, as Lauren Boyk heads to the line. First attempt is through.
Maybe that'll get Boyk a little fired up here. First once he goes through the net, it always makes the second one a little easier.
28 seconds left here in the first half. Leading scores for Rosemount is Helen Staley with 9. Taylor Jansen has 5. And Alexa Ratzloff has 6 as Boyk converts the second free throw. Haley working against Van Wyk. Both kids working hard in the forecourt.
Got it dead.
Double teamed by Chloe Miller, is able to get the ball off to Frecking. Frecking to the three-point line, drops off to Finley. Finley back to Staley. Staley back to Frecking. Over to Ratzloff, hard with the left hand. Shot rattles around at the buzzer and will not go. Good take, not sure how the ball hopped out, but it certainly did. At the end of one here at Eagan Gymnasium, the Rosemount Irish 22, the Eagan Wildcats 18, and a very entertaining first half of basketball.
Very entertaining, very patient offense on both sides. The turnovers kind of got, at the beginning it was hardly any, but then there's a few passes got poked away. But for both sides, it seems like I would have to say the turnovers are very similar.
It's amazing the way both teams went on runs when the other team had turned it over for a stretch.
Yeah, that's the way it is too. So we got a 10-minute break here, and it's 18:22, and we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Welcome back to Eagan High School Gymnasium for a neighborhood battle between the Rosemount Irish, Eagan Wildcats. Rosemount has first half lead 22-18 as we're about to start the second half here. Partner, what are you looking to see?
You know what? I think the turnovers are low, but the ones that we did give up, they seem to convert. And then we got to do the same too. You keep creating defense, and then I think if we put a little more pressure on Haley Steele, their 8th grader, who's kind of, I think she's leading scorer of the night, right? I think she's got 9 points. She's leading all scores, and I think we just got to muscle her up.
And in a low-scoring game like this, to your point, even a 4 or 6.0 run could make the difference in the final total of the game here.
Absolutely, and it looks like Rosemont's starting with the ball, and it looks like Coach is definitely going man-to-man and just kind of pressure them the whole way.
Same 10 starters on the floor for both squads as Frecking gets the ball out to Ratzloff. Ratzloff to the baseline, shot up, won't go. Good defense by McKenna Miller. Rebound Taylor Grebin. Grebin ahead to Lampkin. Lampkin with the speed pulls it back out over to Grebin. Lampkin works baseline back to Grebin. Grebin down low into Slaywin. Slaywin spins right. High off the glass, shot won't go front of the rim. Rebound Ratzloff. Ratzloff gets it ahead to Frecking. Frecking surveys the offense, working on Hannah Lampkin. Out to Staley. Staley over to Jansen. 3-ball in the air won't go. Boyk rips down the rebound, and now she's off the other way.
Tell you what, I like the pace so far this half.
Grebin 3. A little long. Ball
long.
batted around by both Slaywin and Lampkin. Eagan cannot retain possession, but you're right there, partner. They are moving just in the first minute of the game at a much different pace than the last 18 minutes of the first half.
Which we like. That'll benefit us.
Coach Fraley probably trying to offset some of the height that the Rosemount squad has against his Wildcats.
If we can move with it.
Ratzloff 3 in the air, that is good. That'll be the 9th point for the 8th grader. McKenna Miller working against the Rosemount, goes cross court to Lampkin. Lampkin treble.
Yeah, she kind of took off a little fast. I do like the pass though, I do like the take.
It's the right pass at the right time, especially against this 2-2-1 full court press by Rosemount.
Yeah.
Frecking working against Lampkin with the right hand. Now spins over to the left. Looking in down low to Staley. Staley's covered. Gets it out to Ratzloff. Checked by Boyk. Ratzloff Over to Jansen. Jansen back to Staley. Staley gets it back to Ratzloff. Ratzloff puts it on the floor with the left hand. Shot won't go. Rebound Staley, her 10th of the game. That won't go.
Wow.
McKenna Miller comes in to rip away a jump ball.
Very impressive timing by McKenna there. She got it when it was at her hip, and she just grabbed it. It was really, really good.
Inbounded to Grebin. Grebin goes cross court again to Lampkin. Deja vu all over again. Lampkin goes to the line. No call. He's in mixing it up with the Giants. Shot won't go, but going to be a jump ball / dual possession, as it's now called.
Great.
Rosemount will get possession.
Looks like Eagan's put a little of their own full court pressure on here with the man-to-man.
Frecking working against Lampkin. Lampkin avoids the reach.
Yeah, she's quick. She gets a lot of work done there.
Gets it out to Staley. Staley back to Jansen.
Again, very patient offense here on both sides.
O'Neal back over to Jansen. Jansen's shot won't go. Rebound Slaylin. Slaylin clears. Over to McKenna Miller. She's got Lampkin left. Grebin right. She parts the C's down the middle to the line, up and in.
Great finish with her left hand. Great finish with her left hand.
Very nice transition for the Wildcats. McKenna Miller.
And then it looks like we have number 22, I believe Ivory Finley coming in for Taylor Jansen. McKenna Miller is usually a very strong free throw shooter. Just bounced out.
My partner's kiss of death is at it again. Another rebound by Helen Staley. Staley gets the rebound, then runs the point. It's really an interesting dynamic for the Rosemount squad, especially considering she's a 9th grader.
Yeah, no, she does a nice job, that's for sure.
Gets a ball out to O'Neal, back down low to Staley. Shot won't go, but she's going to be fouled by Miller.
And that's, is that Miller's second foul is all? So, not bad.
Yep.
Take that foul.
Her second, team first. There's not a whole lot McKenna Miller can do when they get that matchup down on the block.
Yeah, we need to try to front her and give her some help on that one. Jess Van Wyke's checking in for Lauren Slaylin. And I think Jess will probably end up taking Staley. Helen Staley.
Staley's left-handed free throw attempt. Bounces around the rim twice. Good clear by Van Wyk.
Nice,
over to Miller.
Nice rip down.
Miller feeling it. Tries driving the lane. Cross-court pass won't go to Lampkin. Ducks under one defender. Hangs in the air. Shot won't go. Rebound cleared by Finley. Finley puts it on the ground to Lampkin. Lampkin puts it on the ground. Recovered by Frecking. The ball is greasy at the moment.
It sure is. There's a lot of...
Rosemount looks to reset. Staley working against Van Wyk, as my partner predicted.
Yeah, Jess is a strong defender. This is probably a little bit better matchup than McKenna.
Go down low into Staley. Dishes back out. Long three in the air won't go. Rebound corralled by Rosemount. Turnover Rosemount. Boyk comes away with the steal. Boyk stops at the three-point line, puts it on the ground. Left-hand shot in the air won't go.
Great shot. Great take by Boyk there. Puts her at the line.
She will head to the line to shoot two.
And there we go. We got a few people checking in for Rosemount here.
Rosemount foul's going to go against Gianna Frecking. That'll be her second, team second.
Here we go. We got number 33, Becca Francis, number 13, Rose Barnfield, and I believe it was number 11, which is Grace Wilmot.
All while Boyk splashes the first free throw. Gets to the line for the second, follows the first. Just over 14 minutes to play here. Rosemount Irish 26, Eagan 21.
Oh, that was a touchy call there. Good defense.
Scrap in the backcourt. Foul's going to go against Jess Van Wyk. It'll be her second, team second.
That's okay. We're okay with that. So
ball inbounded by Francis.
Oh, nice poke away by Lampkin there. I thought she was going to maybe sneak it out. Very nice poke.
All hustle Lampkin is, that's for sure. Bauernfein inbounds over to Staley.
Yeah.
Staley working against Van Wyck.
Yeah. Jess
Right hand, left hand, now behind the back.
Yeah. Jess is a good defender. I like that's a better match, the best matchup we're going to have.
Ratzloff tries to get down low into Staley. Errant pass taken by Boyk. This is her third steal of the game, if my numbers are correct.
Taylor Jansen steps in for Helen Staley, and Lauren comes back in for Jess Van Wyck. Lauren Slavin.
Good minutes out of Van Wyck in that short shift there.
Yeah, I think that's the best matchup we have against Staley.
Grebben brings the ball into the forecourt over to Lampkin. Lampkin cross court into Boyk. Boyk over to Miller. Miller surveys back to Lampkin at the 3-point line. Kicks it out to Grebben. 3 in the air. Back of the rim won't go. Slaylin tries for the rebound. It's pulled in by Francis. And Francis gets it up to head to Bauernfein. Rosemount moving in transition with good ball movement. Gets it out to Jansen. Checked by Slaywin. Jansen to the lane. Dishes out to Bauernfein. Bauernfein splashes a corner 3 to give Rosemount its largest lead of the game, 29-21.
And Rosemount called a full timeout there. Kind of surprised he stopped the momentum there, to be honest.
I think he had that one brewing in his pocket and just couldn't quite help it. As we talked about at halftime, this might be one of those runs that Coach Fraley for the Wildcats has to keep an eye out for.
Right, exactly. So was it a 4-point lead at half? Now they stretch it to an 8. So Eagan needs to go on that little run we were talking about, and it's definitely in the books here. So we just gotta get a few turnovers and go the right way.
And Rosemount's done it not necessarily on the back of Eagan turnovers or out rebounding. They've just done it with some really good offense.
Yep.
That's the type of thing that a good squad does. And I'll tell you what, I am impressed with this Rosemount squad, their partner. They've got an 8th grader that's got 9 points, and their 9th grader is just absolutely dominating the game. Helen Staley's out right now, but she does it all. She blocks shots, she rebounds, she brings the ball up in transition. She's really going to be a player to watch in this conference for a long time to come.
I do believe it. She is definitely a nice player, and like I said, she is kind of a utility player as needed. And, you know, unless you go against the Eastviews of the world, she's going to be one of the bigger players you face.
For sure. Let's see what Coach Fraley's put in through that timeout, try and get Eagan squared away in the offensive end.
Yeah, it looks like Loy Miller checked in.
Ball is batted around. It's probably not what he had in mind.
No.
Rosemount comes away with the turnover. Ball's going to be reset by Bauernfein. Bauernfein working against McKenna Miller. Spins right. Over to Ratzloff. Ratzloff to Wilmot. Good ball movement by Rosemount.
Yeah,
back
Taylor
to Jansen.
Yeah, and you got to kind of watch Jansen too. She shot a few threes already tonight too, so she's not just the inside threat with the height. She's actually been canning a few deep ones.
Good point, partner. Francis works inside the paint, then kicks back out to Jansen. Jansen looks to reset. Back over to Francis. It's a ball into Bauernfein. Back to Jansen. 3 in the air. Front of the rim, no. Rebound Bauernfein. Kicks back to Wilmot. Wilmot passes on the 3, and Rosemount will reset the offense. Ratzloff working against the senior Boyk.
Yep.
Over to Bauernfein. Jansen another 3. Front of the rim won't go. Rebound batted around. It's going to be Eagan ball. Good hustle by both squads.
Yep, good call by the ref there. That would have been an easy one to miss, but that was Taylor Jansen did kind of poke that one out.
See how Eagan handles the full court pressure once again by the Irish.
There we go. That's
ball whipped ahead to Van Wyck. Van Wyck attacks to Slaywin on the block. Yeah. Late whistle, but a whistle nonetheless. Lauren Slaywin will head to the line after a nice pass by Jess Van Wyck. Eagan did a good job of breaking the press.
Yeah,
4 of the 5 members touched the ball.
That opposite corner definitely works with breaking the press. We just got to be able to close on that 2-on-1 at the end of the game, or at the end of the court underneath the basket. We should have a 2-on-1 typically, and we got to just take advantage of that.
It always looks easy up on the chalkboard, doesn't it, partner?
It sure does.
Just gets a little bit different with a couple 6-footers out there. Slaywin's second free throw is up and in. That'll be her 5th point of the game. Rosemount lead back to 7.
You know, whoever has the ball for Rosemount seems to be bringing it up the floor. I mean, they don't really have a designated point guard.
Shared point guard duties, it appears. You're right.
Yeah, bringing it up the floor. I think once they get in their offense set, it's pretty much a couple. Ratzloff has been doing it. But anybody who has the ball in their hands has been taking it up the floor.
Francis goes to the line, to the lane, going to get called for a travel. Good team defense by Eagan as Rosemount makes some substitutions.
Yeah, we got O'Neill and Staley coming back in for Rosemount.
Kenna Miller over to Chloe Miller, working against the 2-2-1 trap of the Rosemount Irish. Miller gets the half court, long pass to Slaywin. Slaywin down to the block to Van Wyk. Van Wyk turns it over, trying to get back to Slaywin.
Yeah,
good idea, just a little late.
Yeah.
Jansen over to Staley. Staley passes on the three, gets it back out to Bauerfein, who resets the offense. Double elbow offense over to Jansen. Jansen to O'Neill. Drop into Staley, who dishes back out to O'Neill.
Oh, wow.
Shot won't go. Rebound Van Wyk.
Wonderful box out by Jess there. That was very impressive, actually.
Chloe Miller cross court to McKenna Miller to the line. Left hand shot is blocked. Rejected by Jansen, and now Rosemount runs. Staley coast to coast. Here she goes again.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Fraley is not real impressed with that. That coast to coast got a step in front. And Coach Fraley actually called a timeout to talk about that, I think.
Helen Staley with her 12th point of the game. Right now, it's the Staley and the Ratzloff show combining for 21 of Rosemount's 31 points.
Yeah, and O'Neill's kind of been held in check. She hasn't even got a three off yet tonight. So they're doing a good job on her, but they need to kind of capitalize on everything else. Looks like Coach is talking to him about stepping in front of Staley right now as she's that coast to coast. We got to be able to put a body in front of it and make that stop about at least, 3-4 feet in front of the three-point line.
Coach Fraley appears to have a couple of different shades of red over there in that Eagan huddle.
Agreed.
Trying to inspire his girls. Eagan will come back out with Lindsay Cheddar making the substitution.
Yeah, Lindsay looks
Lauren
like
Slaywin, McKenna Miller, Chloe Miller, and Hannah Lampkin. I'm going to go ahead and guess here. A lot of times when Lindsay Cheddar comes in, she is a instant offense type of player when the team needs a spark or is having a hard time getting shots off. She's someone that can usually help. Plus, she might be able to help with this 2-2-1 press here that Rosemont's been giving Eagan fits with here in the second half.
Yeah, typically Lindsay is a catch-or-shoot type of a player, and hopefully we can make that work.
Miller over to Miller. Miller driving with the left hand. Back to Chloe Miller.
Yeah.
She's got steps.
Yep. Yeah, Chloe kind of had a couple extra steps there. She did that one other time. She just needs to she kind of drags that foot. She doesn't really step. She just drags it.
It's that soccer throw-in foot drag, isn't it?
Exactly right.
Oh, soccer players. Staley picks up the dribble over to Jansen, working against Slaywin. Jansen with the right hand, fights through some picks. Hands off to Bauerfein. Bauerfein working against Lampkin with the left hand, now back to the right. Ball poked away by McKenna Miller, working against Staley. Gets to the block, shot goes up and in. McKenna Miller been Eagan's spark tonight with their 9th point of the game.
Yeah. And number 13 there, that Rose Bauerfield is definitely, I guess in the half-court set, she is the point guard, and she's the only senior that plays much, I believe. Well, I guess Francis is a senior too.
Yeah, but to your point, not a lot of senior minutes on this squad. They're doing it with a lot of younger ones.
Right.
Some role playing on the senior level as Chloe Miller again breaks the Rosemount press over to Lampkin. Lampkin's 5-footer won't go. Cheddar fighting for rebounds. Bodies on the floor.
Yeah, between Cheddar and Lampkin, they're both giving up 6 or 8 inches on Jansen and did a good job with it.
Ball will stay with the Wildcats. Down 7 as McKenna Miller looks to trigger. Gets it down low to Lampkin. Lampkin between 2 taller players is able to get the shot off. Going to be fouled.
Yep, and I think it might be Hannah's first time to the line tonight. If we could get her rolling. I mean, Hannah's a little quiet for her normal self tonight.
And getting to the free throw line certainly is part of her game.
Yep.
First free throw is off the mark. That Rosemount foul ended up going against Alexa Ratzloff.
Okay.
That will be her third. Second end of the free throw is no good for Lampkin. Eagan remains down 7.
Yep.
Kenna Miller working on Staley. Poked away last time. Bothers her this time. Gets it over to Jansen.
Yeah, there's that need to post her up. They're just kind of, McKenna's trying to stay in front, get a little help on Staley.
Ratzloff working on Cheddar. Cheddar all over with the defense. Gets it to Jansen with Slaywin extending the defense. Ball gets over to O'Neal. Eagan defense really seems to be taking it up an extra notch as Staley works against McKenna Miller.
Yep. And Staley's going down to that post again. Almost need to get it to her. That's just tough to.
3 people collapse for Eagan. Gets it out to 3. Very good offense. Rose Bauernfein hits the open 3-pointer. Ball went into Staley. 3 Wildcats collapsed. Staley makes the right pass and gets it out. Lampkin goes hard to the lane into the 6-footer. Shot is rejected by Taylor Jansen. And going to be a foul going against Hannah Lampkin on the reach after the shot.
Yep. Taylor frustrated a little bit there with that long arm and block. Looks like Eagan's trying to do a little bit of their own man-to-man full court press here.
As Staley working on McKenna Miller. Brings the ball up, then gets the back screen, and they look to post up Staley. It'll be a foul on Lindsay Cheddar, number 10 for the Wildcats. It'll be her first, team 4th. Last several possessions, Rosemount's had a nice play working where Staley brings the ball up, gives it up at the elbow, then goes down off of a pick and posts up a smaller Eagan defender.
And when they collapse, she's good about kicking it out.
Coach Chris Orr appears to be putting the ball in the hands of his best player and is more than happy to live with the results.
Yep, absolutely.
Chloe Miller ahead to Lampkin. Lampkin at 3-point line. Dribbles right, then left. Tries to pass to Chloe Miller. Ball is intercepted and stolen by Ratzloff. Ratzloff gets it out to Jansen.
Looks like we got Grebben and Boyk checking in for Eagan and number 3, Gianna Fricking for Rosemount here at the next whistle.
Ratzloff down low to Staley. Staley dishes back out to Bauerfein. 3-pointer in the air from the same spot won't go as Chloe Miller looks to attack for the Eagan Wildcats. Spins in the lane. Left-handed shot won't go. Rebound Slaywin. Powers back up. That second effort won't go. Batted around, retained by Eagan, reset to Lampkin. Lampkin down low to Slaywin. Slaywin strong with the left hand, no. Ooh, hard to the turf goes Lauren Slaywin. She and Taylor Jansen both working hard for that rebound.
And number 22 for Ivory Finley is checking in too. So kind of a few subs on each side. I'm glad to see Slaywin's okay there. Looks like her and
scary
Jansen.
moment. That looked like a head buster there, partner.
Jansen and Slaywin both went down hard.
Ball poked away by McKenna Miller, working on Staley in the press.
And Staley's coming off her blow. She's been working hard. Becca Francis is stepping in for her.
Well-deserved break for Staley.
Yeah, and
see score Rosemount 36 and Eagan 24. We'll see if the Wildcats are able to make up any ground in Staley's absence.
Right.
Frecking working against Lindsay Cheddar. Gives it up to Jansen. Being checked by Slaywin. Jansen, ball above her head, puts it on the floor. Left-handed jump shot won't go. Misses everything. Look what I found. Rebound by Francis. It's going to put it right back up and in with the foul. Foul's going to go against Lindsay Cheddar.
Yeah, that's
just some more of the luck that Eagan's having. The jump shot misses everything. Rebound and one going the other way. Lead gets extended to 14.
Yep, and Coach Fraley takes a 30-second timeout. And during that, Jess Van Wyk checked in for Lauren Slaywin. So we got a 14-point lead for the Irish. 7 minutes left. Eagan needs to go on a run pretty soon. I mean, once you start getting to that 5-minute range, I'm sure Coach will start slowing it down for Rosemount. And it'll be a little tougher to catch up. You need more on it.
And with only 24 points in the game thus far, the Wildcats are certainly running uphill. They are going to need some form of three-point action, I'm going to assume, in order to cut this lead in any real sizable way quickly.
Yeah, but it sure looks like he's got the lineup for that with these particular 5 on the field, or on the court.
Rose Bauerfein heads back to the free throw line after converting the front part of an and one. She makes the free throw, extending the lead to 15. All 3 of those points are her first 3 points of the game here in the second half. Long pass over to Van Wyk. She pulls it back out, resets to Miller. Miller calls for Greben. Greben retains the ball just outside of the Wildcat circle, over to Cheddar. Cheddar fakes the drop in, over to Greben. Looks left, now pulls back, working against the 2-3 zone. Boyk in the corner, dribbles out, and again looks to reset.
And I do
Eagan just hasn't been able to get the ball inside to get the bodies moving enough in this zone.
We need, it's tough, but because there's, Lindsay, took one too many steps. She did have to attack the zone. I mean, we're going to have to attack the zone to make them collapse to get those 3-pointers to at least even get some shots off.
Ball gets inbounded to Finley. Finley back over to Frecking. Frecking in trouble. Coach Chris Orr sees it ahead of time, calls a timeout.
Yes, that was a quick timeout. It's probably a pretty good call on his part. He seen the trouble happening with a few seconds off on the 10-second violation clock anyway. So it was good. It was a good timeout.
I always enjoy when a coach calls a timeout when their team is in trouble and within a quarter of a second already has the pen and the board in hand to explain to the girls exactly what he wants.
And he might have got one away with the refs because I'm not sure she even had possession when he was calling timeout, but he was yelling it, so he got it.
You yell loud enough, sometimes that can change the actual level of possession.
Yeah, exactly right. So here we go. I'm sure Egan's going to be doing a lot of pressure, a lot of full court. It's almost time to take a few risks here when you're down 15.
Same 5 for both squads as when we last left. Inbound to Finley. Finley breaking the press, works middle, now pulls up, picks up the dribble. Tries to get it over to Frecking. Loose ball corralled by Jansen. Jansen gets it back to Frecking. Frecking resets, working against McKenna Miller. Over to Finley. Finley with a blow by in the right hand. Shot in and out. Rebound magically goes over to Jansen, and it's been that kind of second half for the Wildcats. Every loose ball, every open shot has fallen as Taylor Greben works against the press. Going to have a foul for Rosemount go against O'Neill.
Yeah, so that's 16 fouls. The next one will be shooting, so hopefully we can get a few points where the clock is stopped.
That'll be her first. And that basket will now extend the lead to 17 for the Irish. Over to McKenna Miller to the line. Tries the bank shot, won't go. Runs it into Taylor Jansen. Good defense by Jansen to alter the shot. A jump ball situation there. O'Neill and Miller.
Yeah, I do believe they called a foul on Miller.
Oh, okay. Missed that.
And we got
It'll be her third, team 6th. Again, that's going to go against McKenna Miller.
Yeah, Lampkin checks in for Cheddar. And hopefully, way Lampkin can be, hopefully it's some instant offense out of her.
Ball gets into Francis, over to Frecking, now into O'Neill. O'Neill back to Francis. Francis drops down low to Jansen, working against Van Wyk. Shot won't go, but foul is going to go against just Van Wyk. That'll be her third, team 7th. Shooting foul for Taylor Jansen.
Pretty good defense, though. Not horrible. We can kind of live with that one. So, kind of slipping away. We got to that 5-minute mark, and when we talked about a 7-minute mark, and we haven't scored since. So,
offensive droughts like this have been a problem for the Wildcats throughout the course of the season. Some of it, though, is certainly both the offense and defensive ends for Rosemount. The Rosemount squad really impresses me tonight. Ball gets ahead from Miller over to Lampkin. Lampkin to the left block. That shot won't go. Ball batted around by Boyk. Corralled by Finley. Finley is going to go to the line, to the lane. Shot won't go.
Wow. That was pretty impressive by number 22 there. That Ivory Finley was coast to coast in it there. It's one thing that their coach definitely has taught him in practice is go.
Pressing the action, pressing the action. That foul for Eagan is going to go against Captain Warren Boyk. Be her first.
And we got Staley and Wilmot checking in for O'Neill and Jansen.
In the meantime, Eagan has been unable to get many points here. Irish have now extended the lead by 20. Free throw won't go. Ball is going to be batted around. Last touched by Frecking for Rosemount.
I think instead of calling a foul, he just gave us the ball.
It appeared so, looking to move the pace of the game along. Cross-court pass over to Van Wyk. Van Wyk crosses up over to Greben. Greben to Boyd, corner three in the air. Misses everything. Rebound by Finley. Finley looks to advance. Ball poked away by McKenna Miller. Rosemount inbounds to Staley. Staley working against Van Wyk. Right hand behind the back. Going to get a bump.
We did get a bump. I think that's 4 on Jess. So I don't know if he's going to let her ride it or if he's going to sub for. Yep, looks like Slaywin's coming back in for Jess Van Wyk.
That was one of the easier ones in the open court there to call.
Yep. Oof, and that puts us at 9 team fouls. One more, she's double bonus. So that could be troublesome when we're trying to catch up from behind here.
Add it to the wrong side of the ledger for the Wildcats, partner.
Yep, exactly.
First free throw by Staley is up and in. Second one follows the same for the left-handed freshman.
Yeah, she's pretty solid at the line.
Inbounded to Miller, cross court to Greben. Rosemount press still on. Down to Slaywin. Slaywin spins baseline, trips.
And looks jump ball going towards Egan's ball.
Eagan will retain possession on the jump ball. McKenna Miller looks to inbound. Cutting Lampkin, can't find her. Corner three, just off the back of the rim, no for Lauren Boyk. Rebound corralled by Wilmot, knocked away by Boyk.
Wow, that looked like a suspect call, but we'll see what happens.
Boyk's had a couple of clean looks, just hasn't been able to really get going, unfortunate for the Wildcats.
Right.
Ball once again inbounded to Staley. Staley picks up the dribble, goes cross court over to Frecking. Frecking to the elbow, back to Staley. Rosemount in no hurry with 4 minutes left to play and a 22-point lead.
Yeah, they're going to slow it down, and it's going to have to be a pretty good look for them to take it if I had to guess. Or not.
Finley goes hard, cuts through 2 Eagan defenders, is going to pick up a foul. Foul's going to go against McKenna Miller. That'll be her 4th.
And looks like we have Chloe Miller and Lindsay Cheddar checking back in. And number 43 for Rosemount, Alexa Retzloff.
First free throw for Finley is up and in. It's her second point of the game.
So a pretty young group in for Eagan right now. We got 4 juniors and a sophomore as well.
Second free throw by Finley is also good. Her 3rd points of the game. Ball cross court over to Cheddar. Cheddar dribbling with the right hand. Back to Greben, over to Cheddar. Fakes the 3, step back. Defended well. Back out to Greben, to Miller. Slaywin working hard down low. Lampkin on the baseline. Eagan resets. Greben 3 off the front of the rim. No. Ball on the ground. Lampkin on the ground. Lampkin still on the ground. Give you a jump ball. Rosemount possession.
Yeah, Rosemount possession, and coach is definitely telling them to take their time. Looks like Megan Resorik's checking in for Slaywin.
Senior captain. Francis looking to inbound. Eagan defends well.
Resorik went for a good dive.
Resorik on the floor as Finley bows by. Now picked up by Lampkin.
That was a good help by Hannah, actually.
Bauer Fine picks up the dribble, checked by Chloe Miller, over to Finley, working against Resorik. Finley pulls it back out. Wazorek fouls.
And Ivory Finley's a ninth grader too, I believe. Pretty solid player.
A lot of youth, a lot of talent on this Rosemount team.
There sure is. A lot of young talent.
Yeah, a lot of young talent. Going to be dealing with this young talent for a while here, partner.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Eagan Wazorek working hard on the defensive end against Finley.
Well, one too many steps there.
Going to be a travel.
So we got 2:37 left in the game, down 24. So just need to get a few points, see what the bucket see what it looks like going in. It's been a long time.
Yeah, Egan's been stuck on that 24 mark for a while. I'd love nothing better than to see Coach Fraley maybe set up a play for either Lindsay Cheddar or the senior captain, Megan Wazorek.
Yeah.
I'll just see her get a shot off. Shot won't go. Cheddar with a rebound. I guess I should have said something sooner, right, partner? Lindsay Cheddar, good offensive rebound and put back.
Yeah, that was it kind of distinguished that 9-10 minute drought.
Ball ahead. Over to Francis. Francis picks up the dribble. Over to Bauerfein. Bauerfein dribbles right hand, 3-point in the air, misses everything. Rebounded by Wilmot. Wilmot tries to kick it back out to Bauerfein, and now Bauerfein redirects the offense over to Finley.
Yeah, and I don't think that was a planned pass. I think that was just the way it ended up with us with that air ball.
Eagan defense scrambles. Over to Rats off. Goes hard to the baseline. Shot won't go. Just going to be fouled. Foul is going to go against Taylor Grevin. That'll be her first. Rosemount in the double bonus situation.
It looks like Molly Daly. There comes a few of the JV Carrols. Looks like number 24 for us, Lily
Fandre.
Fandre, is that how you pronounce it? Okay.
Most of the time that's how I pronounce it.
And Morgan Eckerly checked in.
Second free throw up in the air is good.
And number 23 looks like Abby McNeil. And number 12, Lily Rapp. And number 2, Megan Larson.
The 8th grader, Alexa Ratzloff, will call it a night with 11 points. It's a nice game for an 8th grader. And again, it was Ratzloff and Staley that really punished Eagan tonight.
Yeah, 8th and 9th grader. It's pretty impressive.
Ball over to Fandre. Fandre working. Over to Eckerly. Eckerly to Cheddar. Cheddar works with the left hand. Over to Chloe Miller. Chloe Miller crosses, gets to the elbow. Long 3 in the air, won't go. Chloe Miller battles. Eckerly on the ground. Jump ball is going to stay with Eagan. Wazorek 3-pointer. A lot of people were rooting for on that one, right, partner?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Wazorek looks to inbound. Over to Cheddar. Dribbles right, steps back, over to Eckerly. Eckerly to Miller. Miller spin move in the lane, left-handed shot won't go, ball batted around. Lindsay Cheddar gets the rebound, can't get her shot to go. The ball is once again greased. Eagan retains possession.
The runner from
Lindsay Cheddar with a running baseline shot from behind the basket. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Yeah, looks like Chloe Miller just got hit in the mouth there on that one.
Stolen by Cheddar. Cheddar to the left block, lays it up and in with the left hand.
Yeah, good take by Lindsay. And here comes a few other JV forward. Oh, maybe not. They held her off. They held off. Get some time.
Yes, then no, then yes again. As Megan Larson presses action.
There we go. We got Chloe and Lindsay coming out. We got
Delaney Hoke and Michelle Ganapolinski.
Nice. Impressive.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm glad you took that.
Worked on that all last night, partner.
Well, good. I'm glad you did. Megan got popped for a foul there against number 2, Megan Larson.
Megan Larson at line, 2 shots.
And looks like number 21 for Rosemount's checking in, Jordan Storley, another 9th grader. Wow, they got quite a few over there.
Yeah, a lot of numbers.
A lot of numbers. That's good.
Larson's second free throw, front of the rim won't go. Ball batted around. Multiple Eagan players plus McNeil. It's going to be a jump ball. Rosemount will retain possession as Storley looks to inbound. Ball batted around again. Last touched by Rosemount.
Yeah, it looked like it went off somebody's foot there, so.
Zork inbounds to Fandry with 16 seconds left as they start the possession. Fandry working with the right hand. Picked up, dishes out to Eckerly. Eckerly goes baseline, cut off. Over to Wazork. Wazork drops into Hoke. Hoke spinning right hand, shot won't go. And rebounded by Rapp, and that will do it.
Yeah, that's a tough loss for the Eagan girls. This was a game that we were, I wouldn't say expected to win, but expected to compete in.
After being down at 4 at the half, they're looking for a little bit different outcome here in the second half as the Rosemount Irish defeat the Eagan Wildcats 50-30 here tonight.
And then I think the girls played Thursday night. I'm not 100% sure.
Thursday night we were on to Lakeville South.
To South, which I think they beat us in overtime. I believe.
Yes, that was an overtime, 3-point overtime loss for the Wildcats. So we'll see what they are able to gather up and bring on Thursday night.
That's right. All right, well, thanks, Eagan, and that's all we have for tonight.
For all you folks on ETV, I'm Brian Polanski. This is Steve Grebin signing off here from Eagan Gymnasium with the final Rosemount 50, Eagan 30. Good night, everyone.
Good night.